5 ways to make your 808s cut through the mix. Part 1. Noise flutter. This technique is all about getting noise to flutter at the same rate as your 808. This is actually really easy with Ableton's erosion device with either the wide noise or noise setting. All you do is turn it on, target what frequency you want the noise to fill out with both the width and frequency knob, and then simply turn up the amount. No matter what pitch this 808 is, the noise will always flutter at the frequency that it's putting out. With this technique, your 808 can really cut through the mix. 5 ways to make your 808s cut through the mix. Part 2. Pitch envelopes. For this second technique, you're going to need some sort of sampler device that has a built-in pitch envelope. Ableton's sampler is really good for this. Head on over to this pitch oscillator tab here and turn on the pitch envelope. From here, you're going to set the amount and the decay rate as desired to get added punch to the front of your 808. Check this out. You can really hear the new knock on the front of that 808. 5 ways to make your 808s cut through the mix. Part 3. FM synthesis. For this technique, what we're going to need is Ableton's sampler device to add FM synthesis to our existing 808 to create overtones that help it cut through the mix. For this to work properly, you are going to need to set the root note here to the root note of the actual sample. So from here, head on over to the pitch oscillator tab and turn on the FM oscillator. Now these are going to be the key knobs to help you get overtones. Volume for amount, coarse for the actual frequencies, and lastly, the decay for how long those overtones actually hang around. Play around to see what tone sounds good to you. 5 ways to make your 808s cut through the mix. Part 4. Harmonic phase alignment. This technique is all about properly phase aligning overtones to get the most out of your sound wave. What do I mean by this? If we were to look at our 808 with no decay under an oscilloscope, you can see that it's just outputting a sine wave right now. Watch what happens as I introduce the third harmonic with operator. Our waveform has kind of become lopsided. That isn't really energy efficient in the mix. Watch what happens when both the root frequency and the added harmonic restart their phase from the same position every single time. Now your waveform has almost been compressed, where A, the amplitude doesn't go as high, but B, your speaker is also pushing air for longer. This both saves you energy in the mix while creating a beefier and harder hitting 808. 5 ways to make your 808s cut through the mix. Part 5. Saturation and distortion. This 808 already has some good mid-range harmonics, but check out what happens as we drive this 808 into a soft clipper. More and more harmonics start to come out. Play around with different distortion units, different distortion types, and see which one sounds the beefiest and cuts through the mix the way you like it.